The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Welcome to Middletown High School for tonight's intra-district game between two top 10 programs. As the number 7 Appo Jags at 2-0 in the Blue Hen Flight A, 7-2 overall. Winners of 4 straight meet the home team, and 8th-ranked Cavaliers coming in with a 1-1 mark in the Flight A and a 3-2 mark overall. These two teams have split their last 4 meetings, with Middletown winning a thrilling triple overtime game last year at Appo, 98-87. A little bit of technical issue here. We get that straightened out. They bring in my broadcast partner here, Pat Gariantes, and it's Pat, it's tough to get a read on Middletown because of the lack of games played. They've only played 5 games. 3 of them have been to out-of-state opponents. So they've only played Newark and St. George's, both in the Flight A. They defeated Newark, and they got knocked around pretty good by St. George's earlier in the week on Tuesday. So, having said that, let's take a look at what we're looking at with the Middletown Cavaliers. You remember last week we had Appo with Caravel, and we mentioned Caravel not shooting all that well as a team from the free throw line. Well, Middletown has the same MO.
Seems like we've got an epidemic across the Del HS basketball community. Can't get the foul shots to fall. Only 62%, like you said, Glenn, from the free throw line for the Cavaliers. And you know, the other point about trying to get a feel for them, I mean, the roster turnover at Middletown last couple of years has just been crazy. They just keep bringing in new players and new guys into the mix. And thing to keep an eye on here for me is the former Jaguar, Raif.
Yeah.
You know, this is the crosstown rivalry, and then you have one of your star players transferred to that team. It's going to be something to keep an eye on. He's averaging 11.5 points a game, Glenn. He struggled against St. George's, who is a team that we really need to be keeping an eye on in the state of Delaware. He only had 6 points in that game. You know, like you said, Cavs only 5 games, 2 of them in state. We'll see. The starting 5 only averages 35 points a game, Glenn. That is something that you have listed on here. And that means that they have to go to their bench, and Coach Ali will do that. He'll play 9 to 11 guys. Their leading rebounder, you know, they don't have a ton of size, but King Savior, heck of a name, by the way. Only a sophomore. He's leading the way in terms of rebounding. He's 6 feet 5 inches, so he gives them a little bit of size there. You know, and like we talked about, Coach Ali has built a pretty good program. Again, has kind of been able to revamp his rosters over the last couple of years. Last 2 seasons, they've fallen in the semifinals to Sally's 2 years ago by only 2 points, and then by only 6 to the eventual. And both these teams were eventual state champions. And Dover last year, 59-53. So some new faces and new roles here for Middletown. It'll be interesting to get a look at them for sure.
Very young team, I'm hearing, and again, Raifa, the only one that really is considered an outside shooter for Middletown. They've struggled offensively, but we've seen a lot of teams around the state struggle offensively. I mean, we have Dover ranked 2nd or 3rd in the state. We're going to see them again on Saturday against St. E's. Dover struggles offensively, but they play very good defense. And what's the hallmark of an Aziz Ali Middletown team? It's defense. They're almost a mirror image defensively of Coach Stephen Wilson's Dover Senators. All right, conversely, let's take a look at the Appo Jags. We saw them last week against Caravel. They're on a 4-game win streak now. They won both their games this week.
They've been hot, and obviously, you know, Daniel Harvey, we talked about him, out for the year. We spoke to him before the game last week. Obviously, upset for that, and he's a huge part for this Appoquinimink team. But other guys have had to step up, and they've done so. Riley Busby's on quite the hot streak right now. He's been impressive. He's averaging a double-double. He's up to 14 points and 12 rebounds on the season in terms of averages. He's getting the job done. He's also taken 8 charges in 9 games, so he can do it on the defensive end of the floor as well. He's a tough, gritty player, and his team tends to reflect that type of attitude on the court. He also is a knockdown shooter. He has been since he's a freshman. He's developed his game a little bit. He can drive. He's got some mid-range look. He can shoot off the dribble now, too.
Right.
He's not just a catch-and-shoot guy. So keep an eye on him. He was our player of the game last week. A couple other guys to keep an eye on. Glenn, we talked about him last week, and they stepped up. Zaire Stokes is averaging 7 a game. He got in some foul trouble last week. We'll see if he can stay on the court here. Dylan Griffith, the all-world football player. He's been tremendous. He's averaging 10 points a game, and he usually locks down the other team's best score. So I look forward to seeing Griffith potentially against Raifa, defending him in the backcourt. Let's see how that goes. 2 former teammates. Desai Drummond, the quarterback of the football team. He's averaging 9 and 10 on the year. He's been getting it done as well. Gary Newby gives him some size. He's 5 points, 5 rebounds. He's got some good post moves too, Glenn.
Yeah.
You see him. He's very good around the rim. Nice touch around the rim. See if he can take advantage against an undersized Middletown team. And then, all right, you lose your starting point guard, Daniel Harvey. Well, guess what? There's not too far off of a connection. His younger brother here, TJ Harvey, the junior, he stepped up. He was very good. He kept the team in control last week in their game. We'll see if he can do that again here today. He's averaging 5 points a game. 2 guys that are still out. It looks like Kristen Luke as well as Donovan Griffith as well as Chase Thompson. Both those guys kind of out or bench players. Keep an eye on that.
I want to mention, too, this is our First Aid Ortho game of the week. First Aid Orthopedics with 46 physicians and 22 physician assistants at 16 locations. They provide surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, plus they're trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. They serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, many local rec and competitive leagues. Their doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid, and urgent care centers for consult and treatment. You can contact them at 302-731-2888 or visit firststateortho.com. Please mention you saw and heard the ad right here on Delaware Live Sports. All right, we talked about these 2 teams. Let's run down our 302 Sports top 10. On the boys' side, we have Sanford holding at number 1, St. E moving into number 2 ahead of Dover 3. Those 2 will meet Saturday at noon, and we'll have that game right here on Delaware Live. We got Odessa at number 4, followed by a much improved, and you mentioned him, St. George's Tech, who beat Middletown rather soundly earlier in the week. William Penn right behind them, and the Colonials, we all know their MO. They get hot the second half of the season, and it looks like that's what they're doing again this year. Then followed by Appo, Middletown, Howard, and a surprising Dickinson squad doing real well in the Flight B of the Blue Hen Conference. Right behind Dickinson, we got a couple of teams that are being talked about. Early College High School, which leads the Henlopen South. Cape Henlopen. Smyrna's also kind of in the mix. And there's some teams upstate as well that also warrant consideration. I think once you get past Sanford, Dover, St. E's, and maybe St. George's and William Penn, it's wide open.
Absolutely, and you talked about Dickinson, that upstart team on the boys' side. Mike Lang just updating us. They are tied with Howard at halftime of that game. To speak to the leaps and bounds of that Dickinson program, it's been a while since, we've seen Dickinson be able to compete with the top-tier programs within the state, and they're starting to do that right now. 2-0 to Flight B, 8-1 overall this season, and that will help them again. I mean, they're playing Howard. Those 2 are the 2 top teams in Flight B right now, so we'll see how that one ends up. You're right. I mean, this state is wide open this year. You got some top-tier teams up top, but no, really true
like a breakaway kind of a.
There's not. I mean, there's tiers.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 or 4 teams maybe up there at the top. Then there's another 3 or 4 teams in that second tier, 3 or 4 teams in the third tier, and guys can float up and down, honestly, based off of how this thing goes. We talked about William Penn. They're getting a lot of guys coming back to the program after having to sit out during the transfer period. Yeah. They're a young team earlier in the season. They started 4 freshmen, if I'm not mistaken, or 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores, something like that. And they're starting 5 the first couple games of the year. So those guys either keep their starting roles or they slide into bench roles. Either way, they've gotten valuable experience and it's really going to help them on the back half of the career. Keep an eye on the Colonials, man.
Well, we'll have an eye on them because we'll have them next week.
Okay.
I believe that's a Tuesday night game here on Delaware Live, and I believe it's them against St. Elizabeth. So we'll see St. E's Dover Saturday, and then William Penn St. E's next week. The schedule really shaping up with some fine competition coming up here on Delaware Live. Want to congratulate the first on the boys' side this year to join the 1,000-point club, Darius Miller from Lake Forest High School. He did it earlier in the week. Congratulations to him. He joins 4 girls who hit the 1,000-point mark earlier this season. Chastity Williams from Caravel, Maya Hill from DMA, Kai Burnett from Smyrna, and, of course, the super sophomore Gigi Banks from Ursuline Academy. We're about 1 minute and 20 away from tip here.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
1,000 points is impressive, Glenn. You know, I think if you combine my totals from elementary school, middle school, high school, and then any rec ball, I don't think I still have gotten to 1,000 points yet. That's a heck of an accomplishment.
Let's take a look at some size in this game. I'm not sure there's really an advantage for either team. Middletown lists 2 players at 6'5". King Savior, the sophomore wing who starts, is one of those 2 6'5" players. The other one, he doesn't really play a whole lot. That's Amir Akbar Lusk, who is a sophomore center. Another sophomore with good sizes. Coach Ali has a very young team that he's fielding this year, trying to rebound and rebuild from the last 2 years. When you mentioned they went to the semifinals and lost to the eventual state champs the previous 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, well, you had a really seasoned group that first year when they lost to Sally's of guys that have been in the program for a few years. Then last
was
year,
that Jaden McGee, Jaden Rogers, and that bunch? Yeah.
Correct. And
then last year it was the Matthews brothers.
And then last year, yeah, you had the Matthews come up from Seaford, and you know there was five or six of them, you know, between brothers and cousins that came up, and I'm assuming they went back to Seaford, the younger ones. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't looked at their roster.
But yeah, it's a whole new group, and that challenges this coaching staff here from Middletown, and Coach Ali and his staff. They do a really good job. One thing you've seen from this program since he's taken over is they play very disciplined basketball, and they have really good, honestly, they have really good attitude on the court. Yeah. I mean, those guys never really seem to lose their cool too much. So he's got them focused and ready to go. Let's see what this group has.
All right, the starting lineup's about to be announced to the crowd here. And speaking of starting lineups, let's go down the officiating crew, as this is Officials Appreciation Week. You saw that earlier on Twitter from the DIAA. So our officials in this game tonight, Vince Shipman, Shannon Daniels, and Michael Whitfield. It's our officiating crew for the game tonight, and we'll start with the starting lineup for the visiting Appo Jags. It'll be Zaire Stokes, Dylan Griffith, TJ Harvey, Riley Busby, and as you call him, QB1, Desai Drummond.
Yep, that's him. That is him. Nick Alessandrini, he started the fan club on Desai, and yeah, he's QB1, and he will make some plays for sure tonight.
And the starting 5 for head coach Aziz Ali of the Middletown Cavaliers. It'll be Jalen Murphy, Caleb Raifa, the transfer from Appo, Bashir Holmes, Terrence Glasgow, and King Savior. So those are the starting 5 for these 2 teams tonight. Once again, head coach Tom Purse has never had a losing season in his 8th season at Appo High. His overall record is 110 wins against 44 losses. And quality wins over William Penn, early college, high school, and then they lost by 4 to Salesianum. 7-2 overall. Chris Muscara is the athletic director. And now the Middletown Cavaliers athletic director Colleen Kelly, head coach Aziz Ali. His team, as we mentioned, only 2 in-state opponents so far. They've only played 5 games. Appo's played 9. Pat, most teams in the state have already played half of their regular season, and then you have a handful of teams that have only played 4 and 5 games. Yeah,
it's, you know, those are front-loaded versus back-loaded, and we'll see what ends up becoming an advantage if there is any, right? Is it an advantage to play all their games early and then you have a light schedule getting ready for tournament time, or is it better for you to play a bunch of games after the new year and get yourself in rhythm in time for the playoffs? So we'll see how this works out.
All right, we're going to step aside for the national anthem. Pat and I will return with the opening tip after this.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodal Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodal Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodal Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodal Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Back here at the Middletown High School gym, packed. The crowd in the bleachers across the court from us. We're on score row. And we have the Appo bench to our left, the Middletown bench to our right, as we're just about ready to get this one underway. Pat, never cease to amaze at the professionalism of you. He hustles down the road, sends me a text message, comes in the side door, sits down, boom, right on the air.
Tell you what, man, they brought me in like I was a VIP or something. It was crazy. I kicked over one of the cheerleaders' water bottles. She wasn't happy with me. Coming in hot, but we're here.
All right, there's the opening tip, controlled by the home team Cavaliers. With the ball, the point guard, Raifa.
Man-to-man here from the Jaguars.
You mentioned Griffith on him. Has a pass to Raif. He got in too deep and couldn't get the angle.
It blocked there.
Oh, there's a travel. I'm not sure he moved his foot, but the ref said he did. And there's an early turnover.
It just looked like he broke his rhythm there, and the officials are going to look for that.
There's King Xavier. Looks like he's guarded by Desai Drummond.
Yeah, Xavier's 6'5". He looks like he's still growing, too. He's got a little bit more on that
Oh, there's
frame.
a good steal by Busby. Takes it all the way in with one hand, and it was blocked by King Xavier.
He got up there. He's got really good size. Again, only a sophomore.
Looks like they've got Xavier on Busby. Get that length on the shooter.
Why not? I don't blame them.
Turnaround jump shot in the lane. Short.
Tough one there for Drummond. Fading away, kind of off balance. Not a great look.
There's Raifa, takes a jump shot. He drew the contact from Griffith and the foul. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, Raif is going to put up some shots. That's what he did during his time at Appoquinimink. And right off the jump, first 2 offensive possessions, he gets 2 shot attempts. One blocked at the rim, and now he's fouled and gets himself to the line.
Misses the first, as we mentioned in our pregame, the only player on the Cavaliers team that's averaging over double digits in scoring. Makes 1 out of 2, and Middletown on the board. Looks like backcourt, they're going to have Bashir Holmes guarding Appo's point, who's TJ. And he almost lost the ball. He did. It's a turnover. Now 3-on-1. Busby, the only defender, back, and an easy floater in the lane for Jalen Murphy.
Yeah, good hustle by Murphy, and look, Middletown right back. And they will defend. Glenn, you talked about it. There's a foul there on the bump. They will be up in your face and press. That is something that you've seen under Coach Ali. Cavalier pressure will be all over the place in this one.
Murphy committed the foul, so both teams with one team foul to start out here. Appo head coach Tom Purse getting in the ear of one of the referees.
That's the physicality, right?
Yeah.
And you got it. If you can get a tight whistle. It works out.
Good job by Desai Drummond, but they're going to call travel in the lane. He faked the pass to the outside and then caught a cutter to the basket.
That was tough. I wasn't really paying attention to the feet. It looked like he caught it and only took 2, but you know, these officials have the trained eyes.
Middletown up 3-0 early on in this one. Deep three-point shot on the way, and that's good. That's money by Murphy.
That was
Raifa hit that. Okay, we'll correct that.
Heck of a shot, and he will do it. I mean, he's going to put up shots. He did it his whole career at Appo.
There's another turnover. Middletown with the numbers. Busby did a good job of altering that shot in the lane. That ball goes out to the Cavaliers, and early on a 6-0 Middletown advantage.
Yeah, Raifa probably would have just been best off just go straight up. Don't even alter. Just go straight up.
Oh, good inbounds pass to King Savior, and an easy floater in the lane, and it's 8-zip. And an early timeout by Appo.
And they need one. Heck of a job there by Middletown. This is exactly how you want to start. Playing with high energy on defense. They've got out and ran. They've knocked down outside shots. They've gotten to the rim. They've done a really good job. And this is not the start that Appo wanted. That is for sure. They had not been able to find anything in the half court offensively. Turnovers. Kind of, obviously, Raif was their teammate for 3 years. Kind of a lazy closeout on him. He's able to bury a three-point shot. This is a good timeout by Coach Persh, trying to get his guys completely unrattled, locked back in. Obviously, still very early in this game. It's a tough start, but maybe this breaks the momentum. That's the hope if you're on the Appo side.
Now, last week when we had Caravel and Appo, Caravel got out to a great start. They had a 2-point lead at the end of one quarter, and then Appo took over and controlled the rest of that game. So they're starting out slow again tonight, but don't want to dig too deep a hole against Middletown.
Yeah, it was 19 first quarter points for Caravel. I think they only scored 17 the rest of the way.
They only had 12 in the final 3 quarters.
There you go, 12. Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
Yeah. 56-31 was that final after a 2-point game in the first quarter. All right, let's see how Appo responds after the timeout. TJ Harvey running the point. Quick pass inside, didn't have the hands, and Middletown with yet another turnover. Raifa runs the floor, and we've got a whistle and a foul on the floor.
He's getting to his spots, and don't think for 1 second that he hasn't shared a scouting report with his teammates about his former team and their offensive sets. So far, the Middletown defenses look like they know exactly what's coming every time down the court.
I think they called that foul on Stokes. I didn't see it posted on the board. They still have Griffith up there for that foul he committed.
Gotcha. You got the book next to you, Glenn. I'll have to take a peek in a second.
Raifa with a kick out, another floater in the lane by Savior. That one rolled off the rim. Griffith with the rebound. Appo looking to get their first points of the game.
Yeah, Appo's just got to start executing here in this half court. The pressure's kind of getting to them. That's it, yep.
Busby with a little pump fake at the free throw line, then went up for the shot, drew the contact, so he'll shoot 2. A very good free throw shooter.
Yeah, Savior just kind of got caught swatting, right? Use your length, and maybe this is a young man that's still kind of getting used to his body, but if he just jumps straight up, you don't have to block the jump shot. All you got to do is just affect his rhythm, force Riley Busby or whoever to shoot up over the top of it, and it completely changes your touch. He swatted down, got him right along the forearm.
Busby connects on the first free throw. Second attempt is up, and that one's money. 2 for 2 for him. Appo finally on the board, breaking that 8-0 run.
It allows them to get their defense set for the first time here the entire game. They can get their pressure set up. It's a walk. Yep,
traveling violation. So far early in this one, as we're just about at the 5-minute mark here in this opening quarter, Middletown has forced Appo into about 4 or 5 turnovers without even getting a shot off.
Yeah, they look uncomfortable, and right now this pressure from Middletown is forcing Appo to really execute, and they just haven't been sharp to start it off.
Drummond gets it over to Busby, takes a deep 3-point shot that rattled the rim, and coming up with a rebound is Raifa.
He wasn't able to knock that down. Good work to get back on defense.
Raifa does a great job of penetrating and then kicking out to the shooters, but again, good defense by Appo on the deflection.
Stokes getting his hands up there, blocking the jump shot, which is not easy to do.
Busby guarded by King Savior. Now, there's another traveling violation, and that's got to be at least 6 turnovers on Appo in this first quarter. We're not even halfway through the quarter, Pat.
Yeah, they're not staying patient, right? The defensive pressure is kind of getting to them, and instead of continuing to run through your offense and wearing down the defense, they're making 1, 2, 3 passes, getting a little antsy and trying to make something happen off the dribble. That's not going to be the effective thing to do.
There's a traveling call on Holmes at midcourt. That's good defense by T.J. Harvey. 4:02 to go, opening quarter. It's Middletown 8-2 over Appo. Jags with the ball. Busby will throw it inside out. Gets it into TJ, and TJ running the point. Guarded by Holmes. Step back three-pointer. That's off the side of the rim. Battle for the loose ball on the floor is won by Middletown, and alertly calling the timeout before the tie-up.
The Jags, once again, offense not really getting their half-court offense in sync. That time no passes. Harvey with the step back and a contested three-point shot. Right now the Jaguars they're completely off kilter on the offensive side of the ball. They've got to figure some things out if they want to stay in this one. Good start here for Middletown.
Yeah, very good start. Both coaches have called one timeout here in this opening quarter already. That's 30-second timeout over. Both teams play excellent team defense, and that's on display here early in this one. Ooh, almost another travel.
You can see the pressure has at least slowed Middletown down a little bit.
Right, get them in the half-court set.
Appo's going to want to continue to do that. In order to do that, they got to make shots, and they just haven't been doing that.
Holmes almost a 5-second count. He dished off to Raifa. Now over to Murphy. Savior thought about a three. Now he takes a baseline jumper, tough angle. And I believe a foul over the back against Middletown, and that'll go on Terrence Glasgow, his first.
They're going to get Glasgow on the push there. Much better defensive possessions here from Appoquinimink. Now they've got to try and get themselves figured out on offense. Here's the wholesale changes. Glenn, we talked about it in the pregame. They'll go 9 to 11 deep. 3 new guys coming in. Turner, looks like Turner, Pope, and Swift coming in.
Okay.
Swift, only a freshman.
They say young 24. Team for Coach Ali. And of course, Pope, an outstanding wide receiver on the football team, made that catch in overtime to win the game, championship game.
That it was. He made good defense right there on Busby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pope, I mean, the outstanding catch. And then how about the first touchdown that he had?
Oh, my.
Where he looked like Superman, leaping tall buildings to make that play.
Speaking of football, we have one of our Appo biggest fans of the 302 Sports to our left, Noah Hoff's mom, Amy Hoff. Shot is missed. Just under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. A low-scoring affair here, 8-2 Middletown. Busby takes a contested three-point shot, a little strong. And getting the rebound for Middletown is Swift.
He knocked those down against Caravel. Has not been able to find one here so far early in this game.
Raifa with a deep three-point shot. That's good. His second of the game. It's 11-2.
You cannot back off of him. You know that. You cannot back off of him. He is a knockdown shooter.
And that one was really deep. And now we've got a reach-in foul committed by Middletown on Busby. Foul on the floor. That's the 4th team foul committed by the Cavaliers. So free throws the rest of this quarter for Appo with 2:17 to go. Looks like the foul's on Holmes. That'll be his first. Nobody in foul trouble for Middletown, by the way. 4 different players with 1 personal foul.
Little game within the game here between Coach Purse and Raifa and Griffith. There's a lot of talking going on out here. Crosstown rivalry. That's just an added layer.
Got it.
You know?
Oh, good move in the lane by Griffith. Couldn't finish, but gets his own miss and puts it in.
Nice work, and that's what they got to do. Appo's got to try and win the hustle game at this point, right? The efficiency isn't there. Well, you got to find a way to keep yourself in it, and the way to do that is the grind. Offensive second chance opportunities, fast break points if you can get them.
Yeah. And Griffith, one thing we noticed about him last week against Caravel, he missed a lot of easy bunnies in the paint. That's a three-point attempt off the mark by Middletown. Ball goes out to Appo. But you did a good job there of hustle, Pat. Hustle after the miss, get your own miss, second chance opportunity, and put it in.
Yeah, and that's what needs to be done, and that's the first second chance points they had in the entire quarter. Opportunity, let alone points.
Exactly. Quickly down the floor, T.J. Harvey all the way down in, and what's the call down there? Looks like a hand check foul, and that'll send him to the line. That was team foul number 5 against Middletown. And the foul committed by, still waiting to see that to be posted. Number 5, that'll be Nair Turner. So again, 5 team fouls committed by the Cavaliers, but nobody in foul trouble. It's 5 different players.
And they've already played 10 guys.
Yeah. The depth, I mean, and he always has it. TJ misses the first attempt. Just inside a minute and a half here to go in this opening quarter. TJ takes a deep breath. Second attempt is good, 1 out of 2 for him. Cavaliers up by 6.
And again, Appo is able to get into their pressure. This is big for them.
Okay. They love to put it on at mid-court, not full court.
There it is, the pressure's there.
Yeah. Harvey, good defense. Nice strong move to the paint. Follow, no good. And a rebound is stolen. Over on the right wing. Into the paint. And we've got what? Foul by the Jags. Number 11.
That's what they call it on. I don't even think, Jace Thompson.
That's Jace, okay. Jace, who we saw nail 3 downtown shots last week against Caravel. That's only the team's second team foul.
Turnover.
Yet again. So with 64 seconds to go in the quarter, a chance here for Appo to cut this to a 1-possession game.
Yeah, they've done a good job of weathering the storm. They just got to figure some things out on the offensive side of the ball.
Step back jump shot, that's no good by Newby. Hustling down the floor, shot is rejected out of bounds, so it'll be Middletown basketball.
I mean, Middletown don't waste any time.
No.
They're coming right down looking to score immediately.
Yep, Turner will throw it in. Up on top. Murphy swings it around to Turner. Still 38 seconds to go in the quarter, but I don't know. Coach Ali might be holding for a shot here.
Gotta be careful doing this.
Turner gets collapsed on and he gets his pocket pick. Dylan Griffith all the way down. He walked before he put the shot up.
Didn't time the steps right.
Yeah. Looks like he got a little bit out of sync there going to the rim. So now I'm wondering if Coach Ali will hold for the final shot of the quarter, Pat, with 25 seconds.
Oh, the feelings here are amplified, obviously.
Yeah.
Crosstown rivalry and everything like that. You can see the energy levels are just, they're raised up.
These two teams the last 4 years have split those 4 games, each winning twice. And again, that last year's game, what a thriller, a triple overtime win for Middletown. 10 seconds. Pass is stolen. 6, 5, 4, 3. Down in the corner. Shot up. Missed everything. That's the end of the quarter. An 11-5 lead as the Cavaliers open up an 8-0 lead to start the game, Pat.
Yeah, really good job to start this one off for the Middletown Cavaliers. Able to get Raifa going from deep and everything else. But the second half of that quarter, Appo did a great job of weathering the storm, shutting down this Middletown offense. They've just got to figure out a way to score the basketball. They're right in this game, only down 6.
7 points in that quarter for the Cavaliers' Raifa, who hit 2 threes and was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 3 players on the board in the scoring column for Appo. 2 points for Griffith and Busby and 1 point for TJ Harvey. Other scoring from Middletown, 2 points for Murphy and 2 from King Savior.
Yeah, you know, Middletown, you're seeing a little bit, you can see the scoring disparity, right? You can see that the it's a struggle offensively for Middletown. Raif is able to get his, obviously with the ability to stretch the floor and shoot, but the rest of these guys look to be trying to slash themselves to the rim, get to the rim, and finish. And that's going to be tough against an Appo defense that is set up.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that. When Appo has the opportunity to set up their 3-quarter court pressure, harder for Middletown to break that and score. That's going to be the key. Can the Jags score enough points to get their defense set to slow down this Middletown attack?
They've done a good job with the hands just inside of midcourt after the pressure. They'll collapse on the ball, and they've stripped the ball carrier a couple of times. Unfortunately, they've turned the ball over after the turnover. Busby's pass down in the corner, and a bounce pass underneath the newbie off the mark, and another turnover against the Jags.
Nice idea, but that's a tough entry pass right there. It had to be absolutely perfect. And a quick turnover here from Appo. At least it was a dead ball turnover, though, because you can set your press up.
Here we go again. This time they break the press with a long pass, but again, a miss down there. Loose ball battle won by the Cavaliers and Raifa.
In Middletown, again, the scoring struggles are there. You can see it. If you're Appo, you just can't let 2 score. He's the guy you got to stop.
He gets the ball.
Don't back off of him.
Yeah, Busby backed off. Now with a left-hander high off the rim. That doesn't go. Savior there to clean it up.
Nice hustle point there from King Savior. And that's the way Middletown can kind of combat it. It's, you know, and they did this a couple of years ago. We're going to throw a bunch of shots up, then we're going to crash the boards. Nice pass.
Yep, good no-look pass, but Middletown reacted quickly.
It was a bobbled catch by Thompson, and that bobble was all that it took for that defense to get down on him. Now, he did get fouled, so it isn't a complete wasted possession. But that was a great find. If Thompson's able to catch that clean, it's 2 points.
That is the first Cavalier player to commit more than 1 personal foul. Murphy, his second. Middletown trying to get those cutters. Now it's Busby loose on the left side, but he's fouled shooting the 3 on the follow-through.
It's the cardinal sin. Don't foul a 3-point shooter. The youngster Savior, a little too antsy. Again, that's his second foul, so let's see what this does for him. But he's a young guy getting some big-time minutes right now. This is the learning curve. You're going to see this from the young fella.
Has great size for a sophomore, 6'5". First free throw up and good by Busby.
6'5" with length.
Yes.
He's a long 6'5".
And I think a smart move by Coach Ali to have him, for the most part of this game so far, guarding the shooter Busby with that length. Second free throw. And that rattles off the rim.
It's a rare miss.
Surprised the Middletown fans in here got quiet when Busby shooting the free throws. You don't usually do that when the opposing player's at the line.
No, and you know what's great is they pulled the bleachers out.
Yeah.
So usually you're limited to one side, but not this crowd.
Busby makes 2 out of 3, and it's a 6-point lead again for Middletown at 13-7. And this time no pressure at midcourt, Pat.
Right, keep throwing different looks at him. Try and keep him off balance. I won't mind it.
Sabri in the game now. He came in for Savior. Yep. Holmes dishes it off.
With the defense.
Now they got him on the second attempt. The first attempt they let that go, but did not the second one. So a foul on Jace Thompson. That'll be his second.
Good pressure defense here. Both teams playing with a lot of intensity.
Now quickly, head coach Tom Purse gets QB1 off the pine.
QB1, man, there he is, Desai.
Desai Drummond, he'll come back into the lineup. He's joined by Newby, Busby. Also out there for Appo is Donovan Griffith. And picked up that number 0, that's Stokes. Middletown, Raifa with the ball, gave it a little head fake. Now, Damp in the corner, 3-point shot. Busby gets the weak side rebound.
Nice
pass. Nice bounce pass.
Wow.
Anticipated and stolen.
Get a hand
That
in
was
his face.
Sabri.
Get a hand in his face.
Now a 3-point shot. Raifa left wide open, his third of the game.
Gonna have to get a hand in his face. He's hot here today, and they should know this.
Largest lead of the game now at 9, 16-7, Middletown. 5:50 to go in the half. Busby breaks down his defender.
See, nothing easy for Appo on the offensive side of the floor. Raifa's had 3 wide open 3-point attempts.
Busby just inside the arc, takes the shot, doesn't get the call.
Contested.
Breakaway from Middletown. Oh, they can't get it to finish, but it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers, I think.
There's a flop warning coming here, Glenn.
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
flop warning.
Yeah, on Busby.
You can see, you heard Coach Ali come down asking for the goaltend,
Uh-huh.
which if you smack the backboard and it affects the ball, which it kind of looked like it did, you can get that call from time to time. The official came over and said he went for the ball. He didn't slap it intentionally. He went for the ball,
Yeah.
and they let it go.
All right, so it's Appo basketball off of that last miss by Middletown. Inside of 5:20 to go in this second quarter. Cavaliers have opened up a 9-point advantage. Busby on a good screen, nice pass to Newby, and he gets the floater.
Was a great pass, good find. The help defense slides to him. He slides it to Newby. Good touch, good finish. Good defense.
Yep, nice block there, and then the ball, Busby had it stolen away. A whistle on a traveling call against Middletown.
That's it. I mean, that's good defense here from Appo. Chase these guys off the 3-point line, make them have to finish in the lane where all the help defense is.
Wow, Stokes slipped with his sneakers, somehow got the ball back.
That's kick. Yep.
Yep, and there's a reach-in foul committed by Middletown. That's going to go on Darius Pope.
I think it's going to be a kick ball, right? Should be a kick ball here.
Depends on which ref you, the side judge from the far side.
I think they called a kick ball, and this
Okay.
official here was
Overruled?
well, I think he just saw them continuing to play and just try to blow it dead.
Okay. Inbounds pass to Newby on top to Stokes. Now Busby deep in the left corner, high arching 3-point shot, missed. Rebound put back by Newby. That's short, but body contact, and he'll go to the line.
And once again, good work here by the Jaguars, give themselves second chance opportunity. Middletown has been great on the boards here today and has limited Appo to only a few second chance chances. And this one, to see if Newby can put it together. They only have 2 second chance points so far.
First free throw, no good by Newby. He has 2 points in the game. So far, great defense by Middletown. Appo still in single digits, and we're almost halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, the defense has been tremendous here. I mean, both teams, but especially for Middletown. There is nothing easy for Appo here tonight.
Newby gets the friendly rim bounce. 3 points in the game for him. It's now back to a 6-point Middletown advantage of 16-10.
He lost it. That's backcourt.
Yep.
And there's the pressure.
And that's Dylan Griffith.
He's
Great
the
defender on the gridiron and
That's
on
it.
the hard floor.
That's it. Lockdown defender. He came down into the box, stopped the run at the line of scrimmage. Nice work.
Backcourt pass from Busby to Stokes. He's guarded by Raifa. Over to Dylan Griffith. Now Busby on the pick and roll. Great defense, though. Just will not deny him a good look. And then they collapse on him again. He passes to Stokes. Yep, and there's the travel.
They're catching the ball and getting the feet going. These guys got to start dribbling the basketball. Clearly the officials are calling it.
Nearing the midway point of the second quarter.
They're letting this game be played, Glenn. I mean, there's a lot of physicality out there right now.
Yeah, one thing I would say, Middletown had a little bit of foul trouble. Step back three-point shot. That went off the mark by Raifa. Tried to run down the loose ball, but Drummond comes up with it.
It's a tough shot by Raifa.
Busby lost the handle, passed it inside, and a little bit too high for Newby, and it's getting a little sloppy.
And that'll happen when the defense is playing as strong as it is for Middletown. Right now, the Jaguars are a little bit uncomfortable right now on offense, and they're really trying to get things going and they're a little bit antsy, and you're seeing some unforced errors there.
All right, Cavaliers get it across the timeline. Dribbling all the way into the paint. Throwing up a shot, and got the Hail Mary to go. Oh.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, my friend.
That was Yuri.
Nice shot by Yuri, the senior, floating it, and there's backcourt. And again, the pressure causing problems. The Cavalier defense has been superb in this first half.
It sure has. Raifa gets a breather now. Also coming out for the Cavaliers is Glasgow. Yuri stays out there. Middletown up 18-10. Just 3.5 to go in this halftime. Holmes, guarded by Dylan Griffith. Into the paint, kicks it out, left corner, three-point shot on the way, line drive miss. Busby with the rebound on the outlet. TJ Harvey just inside the arc, his shot's good.
That's the mid-range, that's the Harvey mid-range shot right there, man. Both brothers have it in the arsenal. It's good to see the mid-range game still alive.
I think they shoot little hoops against each other in the backyard or the driveway or something, Pat.
Whoever's training them is doing a good job of incorporating the entire court, not just a three-point shot and layups.
Newby clears out for the rebound. Appo trying to get set offensively before Middletown gets down the floor. Deep three-point shot taken by TJ Harvey, and he makes it, and then we got a one-possession game.
He gets himself in rhythm with the mid-range shot, catch and shoot three-pointer, and now all of a sudden he's in rhythm. It's a three-point game. The Jags, despite the challenges, only down 3.
Under 2.5 to go in the second quarter. They're trying to get the ball down low.
You can see how hard it is for Middletown to score the basketball without Raifa, his ability to spread the floor.
Exactly. Holmes, guarded by Dylan Griffith. Wanted to clear out. And there's an anticipation and a steal by Busby. And he slams it home, and it's a one-point game.
Busby with the rise up. Good grief, Glenn. And there's a good defense. Here come the Jags, Glenn.
Yuri got it back, and he's going to be fouled on the floor.
Wow. Riley Busby. Looking like Mac McClung out here.
Yeah. Well, that one will make our highlight reel.
We get an emergency Delaware football pod out there. We need to hear Marty and John talk about that.
Well, I got to tell you, he started that himself with a great anticipation of the passing lanes. Stole the pass and then goes coast to coast.
Got the feet set. Kind of waited for his victim to get in line as there's an answer.
There's the answer by Raifa.
He's the only guy. Jags got to find him on the defensive end of the floor.
21-17, 4-point lead for Middletown.
2-3 zone here from Middletown, it looks like. Good find. That's a good find.
Good shot down the other end, a two-pointer. Was that TJ?
It's Griffith putting it up and in. And then now all this physicality, we get a hand check here right around midcourt.
And look across court now. Raifa and Dylan Griffith having some words.
It's been happening all game. Raifa, and he's having a good game. So he's continuing to chirp it up. Officials letting them talk.
And they're having a little discussion.
Magic words weren't said yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and when Raifa made that three down here in the corner, he looked right at the Appo bench.
They both looked at the crowd to try and get them going.
Yeah.
That's a charge. Riley Busby, 9th charge on the season, Glenn.
Foul's going to go on Xavier. That's his third. He becomes the first player in foul trouble.
atmosphere starting to kind of pick up a little bit, Glenn. This
Yes,
game,
it is.
A couple shots have started to fall. The offensive have kind of figured it out. We got ourselves an atmosphere.
All right, Appo down 2, opportunity to tie or take their first lead of the game. 73 seconds to go in the half. Bounce pass down in the corner. Dylan Griffith's 3. That rolled off. Second chance opportunity. That missed.
The size right there. You got to come down with the basketball and then go back up.
And there's a violation. Now Dylan Griffith gets another shot. Oh, he lost the handle on the way up. Got it back to Double D. Desai Drummond with a bucket.
Good hustle right there. Griffith went up for the dunk. Wasn't able to get it, but luckily he had 2 teammates trailing there. That's why you hustle, kids. That's why you hustle on the court. And are able to get the second chance bucket to tie the game up.
First tie since we were scoreless.
And then a foul here on Harvey will put the Middletown shooter. I don't know who had the ball in his hands, but he'll go to the line for 2. And it looks like that's going to be Yuri.
Okay.
That's the 15th foul on the Jags.
Yuri at the line. He has 2 points in the game. 35 seconds to go in the quarter, and I tell you what, it's been the back 4 minutes of this quarter that are really starting to get the atmosphere in here pumped up.
Teams started to knock down some shots. Had a couple dunks, some fast break, live ball turnovers.
Yuri makes the first to give the lead back to Middletown. Cavaliers trying to close this quarter on top. He makes them both. Good smooth. I tell you what, the team's only shooting 62%, but he had good form there.
Yeah, he put it up and in. Now again, here's the fast break.
Drummond for 3, too strong.
Don't love it. Transition.
Nope, but it got a steal. Griffith. Back to Griffith. A little bit too strong for him, and the pass out of bounds.
Dylan's he's a great, strong safety, right? Great defender. Great. He's only 5'11". I don't know if I'm throwing him an alley-oop off flat feet.
Right.
No, I mean, that's nothing against him.
Well, we talked about with Busby, John Busby's son Riley, in the post game of that last game last week, and he said we share the ball.
Good defense right here. Griffith coming away with it.
And
it's going to go to Middletown.
Yeah, going to give it back to the Cavaliers. Just under 11 seconds to go. And what my point was, they certainly shared the basketball on that break. They just couldn't finish.
The clock has not started for some reason. Yep. Clock didn't start.
Nope. Now they went down to 10.1. Now the official motioned what he wanted on the clock. I think that's right, 10.1.
There's a little bit more came off than that, but we'll play. Hey, that's free basketball for us, Glenn. Who are we to complain?
Right.
Who are we to complain?
Now they put it back to 10.8. All right, backcourt pressure. 8, 7, 6. They collapse on the ball. 5, 4, no look. Raifa up and good at 2 seconds to go. Griffith heaves it, and it hits the top of the backboard. It'll be a Middletown 4-point lead as we go to the half. Pat, we closed it out in exciting fashion.
We did. Got some fireworks there at the end. Both of these teams, you can smell the bad blood here. And just Raifa with the transfer, obviously, that just adds some fuel to the fire. It's fun, man. These guys are keeping it competitive. There's some chippiness, but they're not crossing the line. They've gotten the crowd involved. The offensive have kind of picked it up there in the second half of that second quarter. I'm looking forward to this second half, man. Fun game so far.
All right, we'll be back with our unofficial stats on the scoring. When we do that, right after these important messages here, once again, I want to let you know this is our First State Orthopedics game of the week. They have 46 physicians and 22 physician assistants at 16 locations. They provide surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, plus they're trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. Serving as team physicians for over 20 high schools.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful
Centers for consult and treatment. You can contact them at 302-731-2888 or visit firststateortho.com. Please mention you saw and heard the ad here on Delaware Live Sports. All right, we'll be back with the second half after this.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Soto Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Soto Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Soto Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes, whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
And Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Your home.
Well, we're back here at halftime. Glenn Frazier alongside Pat Gariantes. On camera, Nick Halliday. And we've got a good one. We thought we would. That's why we put it on the schedule, this intra-district rivalry game between Appo and Middletown. Home team Cavaliers leading by 4. They've led throughout. The game's been tied once at 21 all. Let's take a look at the leading scorers in the first half. 5 different players have scored for the Jaguars. T.J. Harvey and Riley Busby both with 6 points. 4 points for Dylan Griffith. 3 points from Gary Newby, and Desai Drummond has 2. Middleton Cavaliers, only 4 players have scored. Uri and Xavier both with 4 points. 2 points for Jalen Murphy, and leading the way, already hitting his average for the season for a game, 15 points by Caleb Raifa, 4 from downtown. Averaging 11 per game on the season. Now let's take a look at the standings in the Henlopen and Blue Hen conferences. In the Henlopen North, Dover on top with a 4-0 conference mark. Cape and Sussex Central are 3-1. Milford 3-2. Smyrna 2-2. Caesar Rodney 2-3. Polytech 1-4, and Sussex Tech 0-5. Dover and Cape have been ranked in the top 10. Henlopen South, it's Early College High School leading the way at 5-0. Then Seaford and Lake at 4-1. Woodbridge and Laurel are 3-2. Then Del Mar, Sussex Academy, and Indian River. The Blue Hen Flight A, St. George's leads everybody with a 3-0 mark in conference, followed by Appo at 2-0, Odessa at 1-0. Then Mount and Del Castle are 1-2, Middletown 1-1. William Penn, believe it or not, we have them in the top 10. They're 3-4 overall, but 0-1 in the conference. Then Christiana 0-1 in the Flight A, along with Newark 0-2. Flight B, hot game tonight. Howard and Dickinson. I think they were tied at the half.
They were tied at the half.
Okay, and those two lead the Flight B. Howard coming in with a 3-0 conference mark. Dickinson at 2-0. Then McCain at 1-0. Concord 1-1. Glasgow, AI, Hodson, Brandywine have not won a conference game as of yet. So the top 3 teams in Flight B overall, Dickinson is 8-1. Howard and McCain are 7-2. And the top 3 teams record-wise in the Blue Hen Flight A are St. George's at 7-3, Appo at 7-2, and Odessa undefeated at 5-0. All right, Pat, starting out second half, what are you looking for here?
Well, I think the big thing for Appoquinimink is can they get something going in the half-court offense. They have not been able to get any open looks or very few open looks. Their scoring has really kind of come in the transition game. Can they get something going in the half-court? And for Middletown, somebody other than Caleb Raifa is going to have to score, I feel like. They can't just continue to rely on him solely.
Good steal in the paint by Busby. He brings it all the way down the floor. Now kick out to T.J. Harvey.
During the break here, Glenn, while you were breaking down some halftime stats and the other information, both coaches were brought to the center court by the officials and told to stay within their coach's box. It was a warning, so there'll be no warning for it. They will automatically get a technical foul here in the second half.
All right. Breakaway. Xavier took it all the way, but he couldn't get the layup to go. Down the other end of the floor. Nice pass from Busby to Dylan Griffith.
And there it is. Appo's offense has really been able to be kick-started from the transition. And once again, a steal, turn it into 2 points on the other end.
That's heads up by Dylan Griffith. Just as soon as Busby got the steal, there's a deep three. Oh, my gosh. Raifa almost made that one from the bleachers.
You're going to have to get on him. You got to turn him into a driver. That's now, what, 5 threes he's hit? 4?
No, that's 5, yeah.
5, yeah. You got to get out there on him. He is single-handedly keeping Middletown at a distance.
Down in the left corner, three-point shot is on the way, a little strong. That was Stokes. One and done. Cavaliers on the break. Good spin move, pass, and a layup. Easy bucket for Glasgow.
It was great pass by Turner. Yep.
I think we might have a reach-in foul from behind.
Yep.
Going on the Cavaliers. That's the one thing, although Middletown has led throughout this game, they've gotten in a little foul trouble. So it's a good thing Coach Ali can go 10-11 deep.
Well, and, you know, that's part of the culture here is you're going to empty the tank when you're out there. You're going to play aggressive. And if you get in foul trouble, that's okay. That's why we play as many guys as we do. Allows these young men to play pedal to the metal the entire game.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Could go underneath the pass, but it couldn't make the bucket. And Uri comes away with a loose ball rebound. Coach is telling Uri, settle down. You didn't need to make that pass. He tried to force a tough pass. Fortunately for Middletown, it's still their ball.
Again, I mean, the Jaguars' offense has come almost exclusively from the transition game. Once you get the basketball, if you're Middletown, slow down, get in your half-court offense here. No need to try and create fast break opportunities for Appo. There's a turnover.
Yeah. Just underway here in the third quarter. 7-point lead for Middletown at 30-23. Middletown has led throughout. We were tied at 21 near the end of the half. T.J. Harvey, guarded by Uri, into the paint. Had his pocket picked from behind. Pass up ahead to Raifa. He goes baseline, backs out.
There you go, turn him into a driver.
Good strong move and tried the up and under. Releasing is Dylan Griffith again. Oh, he was deep under the basket and got that one to go in.
Good concentration by Dylan Griffith, knowing where he's at. Way to land on 2 feet and then go up strong for the layup.
Raifa thought about the three. T.J. Harvey got on him quick. And now a traveling violation forced by Dylan Griffith. Good defense.
Well, that's Griffith's MO. He's come out strong here to start this third quarter off.
Busby has found him twice down the floor for easy baskets. 5-point lead for Middletown. Busby thought about the three. Good pass underneath, altering the shot. Drummond's put back no good, and Xavier comes away with a rebound. Ball's loose on the floor.
Man, they're letting a lot of physicality go here.
Dylan Griffith had it and lost the handle. Good defense by Busby to alter the shot down the other end. Drummond with a rebound, and things getting a little out of control, Pat.
Oh, and there's a lot of, out of control is the proper word.
Busby nails the three in front of King Xavier, and that's a 2-point game. We still have audio? Now we're going old school radio.
No, we're good.
Oh, there we go. Okay. King Xavier will take a three. He got it on the other end of the floor.
Wow.
And now we got a timeout by the officials. I think technical foul on Middletown. Just what you talked about, Pat.
He was outside of the coach's box. They were both warned at halftime. And they got Coach Ali on that one. So that's going to be 2 shots on the ball for the Jags.
Yeah. So they were down 5 after the made three-pointer in the left corner by Xavier. And a couple of the Appo fans a little upset that Xavier, after the 3, kind of taunted Drummond, who was defending him. And no call by the ref, but then they get the Middletown bench for the Tech.
There's been taunting all game. I mean, Raifa has called out each of his defenders. Griffith is going back at him. I mean, there's been chirping the entire time. This is how they've let this happen.
Busby will shoot to Tech. Makes the first to cut the deficit to 4.
And you see Raifa try to put his arms around his former teammates. Like, it's just it's turning into these officials are tested right now. This is a test for them to try and maintain control of this one.
Busby is now 6 for 7 from the free throw line. And he cuts Middletown's lead to 3. It's 33-30, 4:20 to go in the third. And of course, after the Tech, Middletown with Appo with the possession.
It could be a huge turning point in this one, Glenn.
TJ Harvey had his shot rejected by King Xavier.
And it was deflected. It was blocked off of him while he was out of bounds.
Yeah. Middletown, backcourt press put on.
Man, that was close to the track.
Raifa gets it off to Yuri, who has come off the bench and run the point for head coach Aziz Ali. We're at the 4-minute mark in the third quarter.
Get a hand in his face.
There's Raifa. That one off the mark a little bit. Battle for the rebound won by Busby.
A little too open for my liking, but they got lucky.
Busby takes a deep 3-point shot. That's good, and we're tied at 33.
Busby's hot. He's hot. He's starting to find the range. That's 2 threes now back to back, and we're tied up at 33, Glenn.
Wow.
Hold on tight, man. This rivalry game is everything we've expected and more.
15 points now. 14 points now for Riley Busby. As Raifa has 18. Those two lead their respective teams, and it's been the downtown shooting.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, aside from Raifa, they've only hit 1 3 Middletown,
right,
if I'm not mistaken, and it just happened.
Yes. It was King Xavier down in the corner. Yeah, here's your scoring from Middletown, Pat. Raifa with 18. 2 points from Murphy, 4 points from Yuri, and now 7 for Xavier with that 3.
Wow.
Awesome matchup here. Packed house here at Middletown High's gym. And you're right, they did pull out the wings on the same side that we're on where the player benches are. And they don't normally do that here.
No, but crosstown rivalry. That parking lot is the most crowded I've seen it since we've been doing games here the last handful of years.
You didn't have to park in Odessa, did you?
I didn't.
Okay. Somewhere on Route 1?
Townsend. Townsend, though. I did have to park in Townsend.
Man. I was going to say you might have to park at the Wawa. We call you Uber.
Yeah, the Applebee's. I'm going to start eating good in the neighborhood.
Okay. All right, here we go. Tie game, 33 all. 3:39 to go in the third. Backcourt pressure.
Wow.
Busby forced the steal. He took a shot. It was deflected out of bounds by Darius Pope. So not only can Pope catch as a wide receiver on the football field, he's got a pretty good D game.
Yeah, Coach Blum, that could be a defensive back. Who knows, man?
Inbounds pass to side Drummond. Swinging around, Dylan Griffith. Back to Busby. Thought about the 3, but King got on him quick. Takes the mid-range jumper, and King blocked that one.
Right there, Busby, pump fake.
Yeah.
Pump fake. You got a defender on your hip, riding you. You pump fake. He's going to come. His momentum's going to carry him through you there, and he gets himself to the line.
And that's how he got on the line 3 times in the first half.
Correct.
TJ Harvey, guarded by Holmes. Bounce pass to Busby, coming off a screen, wide open. He couldn't get that one to go down. Getting the rebound, the putback, wouldn't go.
Wow. Good opportunity for Newby. Here comes Pope, Glenn.
Runs the floor, left-hander, no good. Shot altered by Busby. Down the floor to Griffith. Mid-range jumper, no good. That time he didn't follow his rebound.
Nah, he thought he hit that.
Raifa goes coast to coast. He comes off the side of the backboard, but they're going to catch Busby with the contact.
They got him on a swatted. If he went up straight, not sure if they call that or not.
First foul called on Riley Busby sends Raifa to the line in this tie game. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line in the ball game. First shot's good. And now King Savior will take a breather for Middletown. No, he's going to stay in the game. Coming in, though, is Nagunji. Raifa makes them both. Give him 20 points for the ball game. He averages 11.
Yep. He's doing it all against his former team.
Harvey down the floor quick. Got the shot up. No good. Are we going to have a foul over the back by Newby? Yes,
yep.
We are. That's his first. Middletown with the ball up 2. 2:44 to go in this third quarter. We've been tied twice. Appo has never led. Appo backs off the half-court press. Raifa with the ball. Guarded by T.J. Harvey, and he lost it. And that's a good defensive move by T.J., the youngster. Forced the turnover. Appo with a chance to tie or take the lead. Busby into the backcourt to T.J. Busby thought about the three, but has the length of King Savior right in front of him. Gets a screen, top of the circle, passes it off, turnaround jump shot, Newby too strong.
It's a nice look, though. It's an open look from short range. Newby just couldn't make it fall.
Good pass down in the corner. Now a kick out on top. King Savior for three. He got it his second. And the Middletown up by 5.
Savior, he had himself a slow first half, but those are 2 huge threes here in this third quarter.
10 points for him now, Pat. Busby got in deep on the baseline, and we got a whistle down there and a foul on the floor.
There it is. I mean, I called for it, right?
Yeah.
You got a defender on your hip, pump fake him. His momentum's going to carry him right into you. You're going to get bumped every time. He's being very aggressive. Is that his fourth?
Yeah, it's fourth. Fourth foul on Savior, the first person in serious foul trouble in the ball game. Under 150 to go in their third. Mid-range jumper is up, no good.
It's tough.
Battle for the loose ball, won by Middletown.
Appo going right back into those very few passes.
Oh, good spin move on the dribble. Good pass down the floor, but again, collapsing defensively.
Oh, man, that's a carry.
Oh, that's a carry.
Yeah.
Yep. Tried to elude the traffic, and he got that hand up under. 90 seconds to go in the third. Middletown up 38-33.
Outside shooting from Middletown has helped them keep the distance.
Yeah,
Appo's got to be all over number 2 right now.
Yep, Savior's out of the game. See, Middletown gets a little bit more deliberate in the half court. Whistle away from the ball.
Get Newby on a foul. Third
Okay.
team foul.
That's 3 on him. I only have him at 2. Now the school board does say 3 on Newby. So both have committed 3 team fouls, but we only have 1:18 to go here in the quarter. Excuse me.
Almost a steal there by Busby.
Yeah,
he's inbounds pass.
There is a steal. Stokes, coast to coast, puts up the shot, draws the contact. They're going to call an offensive foul.
Wow.
And head coach Tom Purse is pretty upset about that one.
That's tough. That's a tough one. Looked like he kind of slid in there at the last second. Dangerous play. But the officials call the charge.
First foul on Stokes. Team's 4th. As we are 1 minute away from the fourth quarter. Step back, 3-point shot. Raifa got it. His 6th of the game.
That's a tough one. That's the toughest one he's hit. And he gets a block.
Ball's tipped. Busby comes away with it. Middletown up by 8. Busby uncontested 3, no good. Rebound Middletown. 3-on-1 over in the right corner. 3-point shot. Missed. Middletown second chance opportunity. Right wing 3-point shot. That's off the mark. Rebound again. That's 2 in a row by Nagunji. And Appo finally gets the loose ball rebound.
The outside shooting, aside from Raifa, struggle city for Middletown.
Busby thought about the deep 3. We're approaching 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Middletown back on top by 8. We were tied at 33. Cavaliers on an 8-0 run.
It's a silly foul right here. With 1.8 on the clock, it's a silly foul. Now, it does force them. That's the foul to give.
Right.
So it's going to force Appo to throw the ball in with 1.8 to go. Don't pay a mind to the scoreboard on the screen. We got 1.8 to go.
Scoreboard shows second on Murphy. I show that being his 3rd foul, but we'll go with what they have.
Maybe that's where the discrepancy. Oh, that
Busby catch and shoot, no good. And Middletown, in a hotly contested 3rd quarter, goes on an 8-0 run at the end of the quarter, Pat, and they lead 41-33.
Outside shots, and then the crucial charge call there after the steal by Stokes. And that was the turning point in this one. Heck of a job.
So Middletown outscores Appo 16-8 in that 3rd quarter. And how about Raifa? 6 3-point makes in the game.
Yeah,
he now has 23 points.
It's been impressive. And now that last one was tough. I'm going to give him that last one, but the 5 prior to that, or 6 prior to that, were open and very lightly, if any, contested in terms of contested.
Yeah.
That's not a recipe for success with a shooter as good as Raifa.
All right, Pat. The officials again are talking to coaches and the scorers table. And I still see 1 minute left in the break here. So why don't we step aside? We'll be back with the 4th quarter right after this.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Pat, we're having a little fun with the cheerleading competition going on out with these flips and tumbles and somersaults.
Back and forth we go, Glenn, with the we got back flips, landing into splits, we looking at the other squad, giving them an eye.
Miscommunication on the pass for Appo to start the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they were focused on the back flips.
Middletown with the ball, up 8. Down in the right corner, 3-point shot, too strong, but King Savior skies for the rebound, and he lays it off the glass.
Big second chance, and I'll tell you what, Middletown now up 10.
Yep.
They're in the driver's seat. We'll see how they handle that.
Busby, 3-point shot, hits the back of the rim. Savior with a rebound.
After he hit a couple in the 3rd quarter, he's now gone cold. He has not been able to find the range. He's 0 for his last 3 from deep.
Good kick-out pass. Savior
charge
at the free throw line. Then we got him with a charge.
What's the hurry? What's the hurry?
And guess who took the charge?
Riley Busby.
That's now 10.
Yep, and that's going to be it for Savior. He's done. That's his fifth person.
And that's big. Fouls out with 12 points.
I just don't know what Middletown. I get it. You got a young team here. But time and score. There's no reason to be in a hurry on offense. Up 10 in this game. That's a forced shot there by Desai.
Yeah. 7 minutes to go. 10-point lead for the home team Cavaliers.
I don't know if Middletown is capable of working some clock or not.
Oh, good give and go.
That is.
Up and in, and one. And going to the line, and now we've got another whistle. I think we're going to have a tech on Middletown for taunting on the shooter, Jalen Murphy.
That's huge because that just – so Middletown will get the and one. Then we're going to walk the length of the floor. Busby's going to shoot two, and then the Jags will have the ball in their offensive possession.
And here's the official coming over the scores table. Technical foul on the shooter, Murphy. Now, first he'll go to the line to shoot the and one. Shot is up. No good. It's short. So now we walk down the other end. So Appo will get the technical free throws here from Busby and possession. But they're down 12. First free throw on the way. Back of the rim. And an uncharacteristic miss.
He's missed two tonight.
Yep. He has 14 in the game. Give him 15 with that make. 6:50 to go, Pat. Middletown in control, up 11, but King Savior is fouled out. Their leading rebounder.
Appo's got to figure it out offensively right now. It's all well and good, but they're down 11, and they've struggled to score in the half court.
Middletown's gone to a zone.
Yes,
First time in the game. Right wing, three-point shot, too strong. Decide Drummond with a rebound, and he finds his man, Dylan Griffith, underneath for the lay-in.
Quarterback to receiver, QB1, hitting him in the flat, hitting Griffith on the HB angle route. beat the middle linebacker for a first down. Nice work.
Middletown lead is 9. Into the paint, and what's the whistle? I think we've got a foul on the floor, non-shooting.
Second team foul on the Jaguars.
That'll go on QB1. Decide Drummond. I believe that's his first of the game. Yes, his first foul. Both teams have committed 2 team fouls in this fourth quarter. And now Appo will get Donovan Griffith out. Jace Thompson on the floor.
Thompson hit some big threes last week. Let's see if he can bring some offensive spark to this team.
Raifa wants a clear out.
Of course he does, man. This has been his day, Glenn.
He was guarded by Stokes. Now double team. Baseline move, strong move. Ball tipped around. Kick back out. Raifa release and shoot. How about 7?
Yeah, he's hot. He's as hot can be.
Down the other way. Griffith takes a three-point shot off the mark. They get the rebound. Put back no good. Loose ball goes to the Cavaliers.
Can't buy a bucket, the Jaguars.
A little 10-foot jump shot in the lane's no good. 12-point lead for Middletown, largest of the game. Busby inside the arc. Makes it.
Good shot there by Busby. But here, Middletown, when they get into their half court, they can work this clock a little bit. There should be no rush. You're well in control of this.
Raifa step back 3. That one's short. And Decide Drummond finally corrals that rebound.
I don't know. It's just my school of thought.
Chance for Appo. There's a three-point shot, top of the circle, off the side of the rim. And the rebound was ripped away from Middletown. Who's the whistle on? It's like a foul on the Cavaliers.
Or White, yep. And there's a timeout by Coach Ali. I'm sure that there'll be some sort of message here about time and score. 5 minutes, we're up 10. Let's not get into a track meet here. Let's shorten the game up. You know, there's no shot clock.
Yeah.
Shorten the game up. They have to get the ball back at minimum 4 times to take the lead on you, and then, you know, with us not scoring.
Right.
If we take a minute off and score another bucket, they're not catching up. Work your half-court offense. If you get a layup, that's fine. Caleb gets an open 3, that's fine. But there should be no rush.
Yeah, and he's the one guy on the floor, Raifa, that Appo should be double teaming beyond the arc. Don't let him have an open look. And almost the same thing for Middletown defending Busby down the other end of the floor.
Yeah.
All right, Busby will throw it in under the basket. 5 minutes to go in the game. Middletown up 10. Gets it into T.J. Harvey. He backs up. Guarded by Holmes. Now they switch. Raifa Busby takes a shot. It's off the mark, but a good catch and shoot right back up by Dylan Griffith.
Dylan Griffith has been great right at the rebound, getting second chance and easy layups. I mean, he's been the trash man today, cleaning up.
12 points for him now. There's a kick out. Raifa baseline. Reverse layup. Got it to go. Oh, my goodness.
That's tough. That's tough. That's a heck of a job by Raifa to finish that one off.
Busby, left wing, misses the three.
Can't buy one. And again, Middletown, if I'm them, slow down.
Yeah.
No problems.
Coaching staff waving the call in.
Pull it back out. Hey, no rush. Pull it back, Reed.
Oh, good move there. A little jump step.
Wow.
And that's Murphy.
That's not something I had in my arsenal, so you got to appreciate it.
Busby to T.J. Harvey under 4 minutes to go in the game. 12-point Middletown lead. This match is the largest lead in the ball game.
You just got to keep playing defense here in this half court. Again, take some time off the clock.
Oh, there's a steal. Breakaway. Shot blocked, but they're going to call Jace Thompson on the foul. That'll be his third.
Heck of a job here by Nair Turner. Doing a heck of a job. Back-to-back possessions, right? Gets the step-through layup to put him up 12, and then a nice pickpocket. Get himself to the free throw line. I'm sorry, this is Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy's first free throw missed.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah, Coach Ali with maybe one of his youngest teams this year. They were senior late in the last couple of years. Second attempt. And that one's too strong. Busby brings it up the floor. Appo down 12. We were tied at 33 in the second quarter. And again, they tried a little give and go with Desai Drummond, just led him a little bit too far.
In Middletown, that anxiety level that you may have felt at some point should be starting to drop. I mean, you're in the driver's seat up 12, 3:22 to go. Just value the basketball and take care of it.
Raifa's inbounds pass almost stolen, but at this point, now Appo's got to gamble a little bit, and that's TJ with a reach in.
Is that the fourth team? Yeah, fourth
yes.
team foul. So Middletown's in a just be strong with the basketball. Get yourself to the free throw line. Don't turn it over.
And they did. Oh, and a good pass and a reverse layups in by Dylan Griffith. 14 for him.
And Middletown, let's see if they can't break this pressure here, you'll probably, oh, wow, and that's going to be 2 shots. Tough one there on Drummond.
Yeah. And that will send, I believe that's Nagunji. That will send him to the line. He's done a good job of rebounding from Middletown, especially with Xavier on the bench. Second foul committed by Desai Drummond. But it is the team's 5th, so now this comes into play. As we said, coming into the broadcast, in their previous 5 games, Middletown as a team averaging 62% from the free throw line.
Knocking them down tonight, Glenn.
Yeah, they've done much better tonight. Nagunji's first points of the game. Extends that lead to 11. Misses the second, but Middletown got the rebound, battle for that loose ball, finally coming away with it, Appo. Quick 3-point shot, T.J. Harvey, no good. Weak side rebound, Cavaliers.
They're getting the looks, they just have not been able to, they haven't been able to hit a 3 in quite some time.
Raifa with the ball, under 3 minutes to go. Guarded closely by Dylan Griffith. Step back, takes a 3-point shot, that rims out. Busby with another rebound. He's hit his double-double tonight. 2:35 to go. T.J. Harvey tried to double through traffic, couldn't do it. Raifa with a breakaway, reverse layup, no good. Busby on the block, the putback up and in, and good by Glasgow.
Nice work, good follow by Glasgow. There's a foul, it's the 4th team foul to Cavaliers. So if you're Middletown, No need to foul anymore.
Yeah.
No need
Agree.
to foul. Got to be careful. You don't want to give free points to the Jags. Pope coming back in.
Jalen Murphy just fouled out. So he fouled out with 6 points. That's 2 Cavaliers that have fouled out of the game. But yet Middletown leads by 13. Busby guarded tightly. TJ Harvey has the ball. 2 minutes to go. Crossover dribble. They can't shake it loose. Dylan Griffin, no look underneath to decide Drummond, so they reverse it that time.
And well, the keys they needed stops. They haven't been able to get any stops.
No.
They're trading buckets here down the stretch in the fourth quarter.
Raifa quickly up the floor. Cavaliers with the ball, an 11-point lead. They're going to take a shot. That's Darius Pope. He missed everything. And we've got a foul over the top by Glasgow. I believe that's his 4th.
Don't need that. I get Darius. Darius wants to get, his moment. I got an open shot. I'm going to take it. But
yeah,
time and score again, man. Like, if this is your audition to have your head coach trust you in a big moment, in a big spot, right? You're in a playoff game. I get that you're not getting many scoring opportunities, but with 132 to go and you're up 11, that's not the shot.
Yeah.
So like these guys, even though they may not be getting this opportunity often, and I get it, you're a kid. Sometimes it's hard to think this way, but you should be sitting there. You know what? I'm going to make the right basketball play here, so my coach trusts me in a big spot down the stretch. Not a wise shot there, but it shouldn't affect them too much. They're in a really good spot, up 11 with a minute and a half to go.
Once again, I want to give a shout out to our 3-man officiating crew for tonight: Michael Whitfield, Shannon Daniels, and Vince Shipman. Doing yeoman's work out there, and boy, they've had to work for their money tonight, Pat.
They had.
in this heated rivalry.
It was a tough task to try and keep this game in control. They've done it for the most part. There's been some chirping. I don't mind that they've let some of this stuff go on. It hasn't crossed the line, in my opinion. So they've done a pretty good job.
Largest lead of the game, 13 by Middletown. Appo has never led. We were tied at 21. We were tied at 33. But since that 33-all tie, Cavaliers have outscored Appo 22-11. And at the free throw line is Busby. He has 17 tonight. And there's another miss for him from the line. And this has been a fast-paced game, up and down the floor. Both teams pushing the pace.
Busby's missed 3 free throws tonight, Glenn.
Yeah. Late in the game, you're using those legs, and maybe he's got a lot of minutes tonight. Making no excuses though. 10-point Middletown lead. There's a steal. Busby goes up, is blocked from behind, but that's going to be a foul over the back, and another Middletown player is fouled out.
This is what Appo needed. They needed to force turnovers to get quick buckets.
So the first to foul out was King Savior. He fouled out with 12. Murphy fouled out with 6, and now Glasgow fouls out with 4 points. But this is probably all too little too late for Appo.
Griffith's going to be going in for Busby here after the 2.
How about 28 points tonight by Raifa? 28. His season average, Pat, is 11.
Well, that's something we saw him do the last few years at Appo, and clearly he had a chip on his shoulder going against his former school, and he got hot. And that's why you can't give open looks early in games. He had his first 5 3-point makes were all open.
Oh, yeah.
Very little contested, whether they were lazy closeouts or whatever the case may be. And then he gets into the fourth quarter. Now he's in rhythm. He starts hitting these tough shots. Now he's starting to hit the step back threes and the whole 9.
Well, with 1:27 to go, unless Appo pulls off a miracle here. First free throw good by Busby.
Hey, we've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, I know we have.
We've seen.
I've witnessed it. I saw a Duke and Maryland game. I think it was back in the 80s or 90s. Duke was down by 9 with a minute to go. Won the game. Busby makes them both. He'll come out.
Offense, defense here.
20 points for Busby. 28 by Raifa. Backcourt press. Oh, that looked like double dribble, but
turnover.
Turnover anyhow. Full court pass, and Busby comes right back in the game.
This is good for the Cavaliers to experience. They need to feel this. It's not going to be easy to close out games. And, a little bit of pressure here is going to be a good thing down the stretch. Let's see if the Jags can make this really interesting.
They swing it around the perimeter, and looked like right off of Stokes' hands.
Two guys in one spot, and they both were like, are you going to take it? Are you going to take it?
Yeah, that's a costly turnover with
huge turnover.
75 seconds to go, down 8.
Full timeout here, Coach Purse.
And we're going to keep it right here. Once again, we want you to join us on Saturday at noon, tip-off, number 2 versus number 3, Dover and St. E's from Dover High School. We're actually going to have a doubleheader for you because we're going to have a girls' game after the boys complete theirs. They clear the gym, and we'll have Padua against the Lady Senators.
Oh, and Padua's a team that, Mike and Jay have been pretty high on this year. They might be having a reemergence over there in Wilmington, so we'll see what they can do against the Senators, if they can make some things happen in their spotlight. That St. E's Dover boys game is going to be unreal.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about defensive intensity. St. E's is all guards. They're the antithesis of each other, right? St. E's is all guards. They're going to pressure you. They're going to try and get out and run and gun in the whole 9. And Dover's got the length. They will also pressure you, but they got the size advantage for sure. And will St. E's be able to counterbalance that? It's going to be their first, true test in state this season.
All right, here we go. Final 75. Middletown with the ball. Backcourt pressure being applied. Officials resetting the players, making sure they have the proper distance.
I mean, there's nothing illegal going on. Raif is just trying to get some space, but that's just good defense.
Passed it in. Oh, and one going to the line. Yuri.
Drummond kind of got off balance there and tried to swat for the block. He missed it and ended up getting the forearm.
Third foul on the side, Drummond. Middletown to the free throw line, lead back up to 10. And now coming into the game for the first time tonight, Amir Akbar-Lusk for the Cavaliers. Both teams were over the limit. Free throws up and good. 3-point play completed. Cavaliers up 57-47. Stokes, 3-point shot, too strong. Raifa had the rebound knocked away from him. It'll be Middletown basketball. Under a minute to go, Pat. And the Cavaliers, they've led throughout this one.
That second half, Appo got quiet from the three-point line, and Middletown continued on their steady pace. They pulled away, and they've managed the lead. It wasn't a perfect close to the game, but it was good enough.
Looks like we got a foul on the floor in the back court. Bryce Mick has checked in now for head coach Ali and the Cavaliers. Right back to the line, Nagunji. That's the fourth foul to side Drummond. The first Appo Jag to get in serious foul trouble, but we only have 53 seconds left in this one. Second point of the night for Nagunji. Ready for his second attempt, and it's got a little quieter here in the gym. It was getting heated there at the end of that second quarter. He makes them both. Lead up to 13 at 60-47. Right down the lane, and we've got a reach-in foul that will send Dylan Griffith to the charity stripe. 14 points in the game tonight for Dylan Griffith. Good effort from him.
He's played strong. I agree with you, Glenn. The Jags just they couldn't make enough outside shots to keep up with Raifa's explosion. I mean, let's just be honest. Let's call it what it was. I mean, 7 3-pointers.
And they were really bothered by Middletown's defense, too.
Yeah.
They got an early hole.
And the first 5 for him were wide open. The last 2 were tough.
Ball will be out to Middletown with 45 seconds to go. They appear to have this one in hand now, up 13 points.
They do. They do.
Bryce Mick checks out. Nagunji back in. Jaguar Lusk.
Got to fire away.
Busby catch and shoot. 3-point shot back of the rim. To side Drummond, kicks it back out. 3-point by TJ, no good. Tip in, no good. Another second chance opportunity. That one by the by. Griffith hustles it down. Reverse layup. He'll go to the line. Can't convert the bucket.
Yes, this has been the issue for Appo the whole game. His scoring just hasn't been there, and it's credit to the Middletown defense and making things hard.
Middletown will improve to 2-1 in the Flight A of the Blue Hen Conference. Appo will fall to 2-1. Of course, the champ of the Blue Hen Flight A, automatic qualifier in the tournament coming up. And ball out to Middletown. Cavaliers hold. Pat, just wait for the foul. Yep, Raifa fouled quickly. No, they called it for a travel. Again, offense for defense. Coach Ali, now he calls a timeout with just 22 to go. And no doubt in anybody's mind that Caleb Raifa is the player of the game for this one.
Absolutely.
28 points tonight by him, 7 3-pointers.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, again, he took advantage of the defense playing off of him in the first half, and he was in rhythm. It got him in rhythm, and then the second half, when they tried to pressure up on him, you know, he stayed hot, and he made more difficult shots in the second half. And you got to give him credit, man. He came into this knowing how big the game was after playing 3 years at Appoquinimink. He came out here and he gave it to his former school.
Pat, what do you see going forward for these two teams? Middletown, they got some scoring other than Raifa tonight with King Savior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, I put them both maybe in that second tier of teams. You know, St. Elizabeth, Sanford, Dover, kind of being that top tier right now. St. George is potentially up in there as well. But Middletown, they've got to find scoring outside of Caleb Raifa. And, you know, I mean, for Savior, he kind of got himself in foul trouble tonight. But you know, perhaps he's that guy, you know, consistently. But like you said, only one guy scoring double figures for them on the season, and that's Raifa. They got to have more scoring.
Busby just nailed a corner three, give him 23 points in the game. Makes it a 9-point game as Appo traps. Middletown breaks the press.
Just hold it. You did your job. Yep.
Now they forced into a traveling violation with only 5 seconds to go.
Yeah. Middletown is the other part. They're going to have to find a way to close, you know, get comfortable closing games out. This wasn't clean.
Dylan Griffith takes a three, side of the rim, and that will do it. And the final 60-51 in favor of the Middletown Cavaliers. Caleb Raifa is our player of the game. Let's see if we can get head coach Aziz Ali and also try to get Raifa for a post-game interview. Let's take a quick break, Pat, and then we'll be right back.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions. are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Back here at Middletown High School, 60-51, Cavaliers get the win here, leading from start to finish. I'm Glenn Frazier with Pat Gariantes, joined now by the head coach Aziz Ali for the first time this season. Coach, it seems like half the state has played 10 games. You guys have only played 5 coming into tonight, but you looked in good form tonight.
Yeah, kind of our scheduling deal. You know, we got a lot of guys that play football, so we kind of want to get them back in the groove, so we schedule a little different to start on early on, and a lot of guys, a lot of teams have been in their groove, and that's what I told our guys. Like, we're about to get in the groove where we're playing a game every other day, so now we're in our basketball groove, and now we're here.
Absolutely, and, you know, Coach, just early in that game, Caleb seemed to have the hot hand. Obviously, him coming from Appo, having a history there. Was it part of the game plan to try and get him going early, or was that just the way that this
No,
worked
it was
out?
part of the game plan to get him going early. We wanted to get him some shots. We knew we'd be ready to go. But I just wanted to see our guys just respond from Tuesday. We got a young group, and we're learning as we're growing, and our next step was to see if we can bounce back. And those guys did a tremendous job of bouncing back. I thought those guys did a tremendous job of finding Caleb, playing off Caleb, and made sure that Caleb knew those guys got his back.
Caleb finished with 28 points to lead the way, and he's been the only player so far this year averaging double figures. But you got a good effort offensively from King Xavier tonight. You know, he fouled out, he got in foul trouble, but 12 points, went outside a little bit too.
Yeah, when King's playing, he's kind of the difference for our team. When he's playing and he's active and he's getting offensive rebounds, our team is playing better well. It's crazy because I told him he's the only kid, and I've been doing this 18 years, that I got to tell him to shoot the basketball. Yeah. So hopefully this game gives him some confidence where he can start shooting it and not second-guessing, and that'll help our ball club.
Coach, one thing I noticed, second half you started getting some foul trouble. You guys are obviously very deep, playing 9, 10, 11 guys. What's the message to the team there? You guys closed it out pretty good despite a couple guys fouling out towards the end.
Well, we just want to finish. I mean, if you come to our practice, you don't know who's starting and who's not starting. We're competing, guys going against each other, and we're in these situations in practice too. So it was a great opportunity that we got a live ball, and that can prepare us down the road.
Speaking of down the road, good luck to you down the road. Hopefully we'll get to see you again before it comes to tournament time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Coach.
That's head coach Aziz Ali of the winning Middletown Cavaliers. They win tonight. Now we'll get the DE 302 player of the game, Caleb Raifa.
Yes,
is this like a bittersweet kind of a win for you against your former team?
It's just sweet. I loved it, man. It was great. It was competitive. I love competing with my old teammates, man. It was great.
28 points tonight, 7 3-pointers made.
Yes,
and it
sir.
seemed like everyone you made down this end, you kind of like said, hey, guys, I see you.
Yeah, man, I'm just reminding them, man, like, it's just competitive. It's just competitive nature out there. It's all love at the end of the day.
Hey, Caleb, in the first half, you got a lot of open looks. These guys were sagging off you, which kind of surprised us. I mean, was it a little bit of, it kind of got you in a rhythm. Talk a little bit about the shots you got in the first half.
They were just like drawn up by my coach. My coach had a great game plan coming to the game. We knew their coverages coming into the game, so we knew how they were going to play. So I knew I was going to get open looks. It was just about if I had to knock them down, if I was going to knock them down or not.
You were the only player coming into this game averaging in double digits scoring.
Yes, sir.
King Xavier got 12 tonight.
He was big.
And he tried to hit from downtown, too. He was watching you.
Yes, sir.
Not only a good rebounder, but it's nice to have somebody else to get points.
For sure. He spaces the floor out, opens up the paint for us so we can kick it to him or kick it to other people, man. It's great having him on the floor.
Talk a little bit about your defensive effort. You guys were all over the place. Nothing easy for the Jaguars tonight. Talk a little bit about the defensive
that's an emphasis in practice, man. If you can't guard the ball, you can't play. So we worked on their plays. My coach does a great job, man, just getting us ready for the game, preparing us, man. He's our rock, for sure.
Speaking of your rock, one of his mottos has been get out the bucket.
Yep.
So if you do a bad play, if you commit a turnover, get your head up, get out the bucket.
Yep.
I don't think you had to get out the bucket too much tonight.
Nah, I wasn't in my head, man. I was just flowing. I had fun out there, man.
Hey, thanks a lot. Congratulations on player of the game. Good luck the rest of the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
There's Caleb Raifa, our DE 302 player of the game. 28 points, 7 3-pointers. just an awesome performance by him, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, he did it all. And he hit his open shots early, got in rhythm. He set the tone for his team, had the juice, obviously going against the former school, and he came with the energy in his team. They matched it. They came there and they matched it. Second half started to hit some tough shots. I mean, he was the man of the show. That and their defense.
Yeah.
Tremendous effort here from Middletown. We'll see. Like Coach said, they got a strong back half of the schedule.
Yeah.
Get a lot of games going into tournament time. Let's see if they can get in rhythm.
All right. Once again, this has been our First Aid Orthopedics game of the week. They have 46 physicians and 22 physician assistants at 16 locations, providing surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions. They are trained in current state-of-the-art techniques, and they serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, many local rec and competitive leagues as well. Their doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid, and urgent care centers for consult and treatment. You can call them at 302-731-2888 or visit firstaidortho.com. Please mention you saw and heard the ad right here on Delaware Live Sports. All right, Pat, you talked about Middletown. What do you see for Appo going forward? What do they need to do to remain successful?
Yeah, I think that, again, it's going to come down to scoring. I think for both of these teams, can they score the basketball if they want to compete with these top, 4 or 5 teams in the state? Defensively, I think they're as good as anybody out here, both teams. It's going to come down to offense. Can they generate enough offense? Someone other than Busby is going to have to score consistently for them. Someone other than Raifa is going to have to score consistently for the Cavs. So we'll see how that works out the second half of the year.
Well, somebody did score tonight for Appo other than Busby. Busby finished with 23 points. He made 3 3-pointers all in the second half. Dylan Griffith ended up with 15 points to complement Busby's scoring, but that was negated by the 28 from Middletown's Raifa and the 12 from King Savior. Our thanks to both coaches, Aziz Ali and Tom Purse, along with Athletic Director Colleen Kelly here at Middletown. Once again, for Nick Halliday, our cameraman, for my broadcast partner, Pat Gariantes, I'm Glenn Frazier. Final score here, Middletown 60, Appo 51. Have a great night.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.